Hawks Nation, two things got confirmed today. The Atlanta Hawks have gained more ammunition for the 2019 NBA Draft, and that Kyrie Irving to the Brooklyn Nets is almost a 100% lock, probably about a 98-99% lock. We're just waiting on that last 1 or 2% of confirmation. So what this trade does, considering how lopsided this trade was between the Atlanta Hawks and the Brooklyn Nets, this trade is one-sided. Just its visual appeal on its own just shows it was one-sided, favoring the Atlanta Hawks by a long shot. And it's obvious that the Nets are trying to make room in cap space to sign Kyrie Irving. They are almost certain they're going to be able to get Kyrie Irving to sign with them once the free agency period hits. So this trade, the Atlanta Hawks got the number 17 pick in the 2019 NBA Draft. They got a protected 2020 first-round pick, and they got Allen Crabbe. And the Nets, in exchange, they got Taurean Prince and a 2021 second-round pick. So just by looking at it, this trade is lopsided. It is completely one-sided in favor of the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks were looking for some more draft ammunition. I figured they were going to try to make something happen because this just shows two things. One, the Atlanta Hawks, they may not be making any moves in free agency. They're probably not expecting a big free agent signing in this offseason. I'll be surprised myself if the Hawks sign a big free agent, because the Atlanta Hawks, they don't really have a big history, at least recent history, of them being major players in the free agency process. And the Brooklyn Nets, they are nearly certain that Kyrie Irving is going to be signing with them in free agency, that they get a big-time free agent. So now what this does, the Atlanta Hawks, they have more ammunition, because now the Hawks have picks number 8, number 10, and number 17. But what I've been seeing all throughout the Atlanta Hawks social media is that what they are thinking is the Hawks will probably trade picks number 8 and number 10 up into the top 3 to draft R.J. Barrett out of Duke. So now that they have this extra draft pick in the first round to play with, now that they have pick 17 to mess with, maybe now they could use that kind of trade. They were probably trying to make a trade like that because they know that they want to go into the top 3 for probably R.J. Barrett. Or at least a player that maybe that necessarily we don't think that the Hawks will go for, but they may end up going for. But now the Hawks, they have the ammunition now. I think now they have that buffer with that extra first-round pick in case things kind of go wrong in this. They at least have another pick to fall back on. But if I'm the Atlanta Hawks, at first when I did the reaction of the Atlanta Hawks kind of getting one of the teams that were screwed over in the NBA draft lottery, when they had picks 8 and 10, I originally thought they're probably going to trade those 2 picks into the top 3 or top 5 to get somebody. But now that they have this extra pick, going over it as time passed by, I think it's the smartest thing to do to stick with picks 8 and 10, just take the best player available at that time. But I think now that they have pick 17, it would not surprise me if they were trying to make deals with some teams to kind of trade into that top 3. Although it could be a stunning upset if they traded all 3 of those picks for the number 1 pick for Zion. That's probably has a 0% chance of happening. But anything can really happen once the NBA offseason hits. But now I think that the picks that the Atlanta Hawks are going to take are as follows. I think they're going to take they're going to go center with one of those 3 picks. They're going to go center, they're going to go small forward, and they will probably, maybe a power forward too. I think those are going to be the 3 picks because the point guard position's covered. The shooting guard position pretty much covered. So those are going to be those 3 picks I think the Hawks are going to go with those 3 draft picks, if they stay put on all the draft picks. But I think they could end up using 2 of those 3 picks, probably 8 and 10, to go into that top 3 with New York, because that has been a rumor throughout this past week. So now we're just waiting to see the finishing pieces of the puzzle. And it's only a matter of time before we get those final pieces.